Hi, Brian Utley for the Self-Made Athlete. This video is the second in the series in which we're working on strength training for the teenage athlete. If you remember in the first video, we worked on stabilization strength, the foundation of the program. This video will focus on absolute strength, which is the bridge between stabilization strength and power. Now, this type of program, what we're doing now is once the athlete's body is now more stabilized, we're going to work on calling on it to express more force. We're going to do that by going to more fixed positions, using two legs instead of independent leg movements. And what we're going to do is we're going to lower the reps as well. Now, in the process, we're not going to forget about stabilization strength. And the reason being is because those stabilizers that we activated in the first program, they're very, very high maintenance. We have to keep tapping into those so they can assist the training that we'll be following up with. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to pair movements together. Now, you're going to notice that two movement patterns are going to look very similar, but they're going to have different objectives. The first movement in each pair is going to be what we call the absolute strength lift. More fixed position, heavier load, and really requiring the body to express more force. The second movement in each pair is what we're calling the stabilization strength lift, kind of what we saw in the first video, in which the athlete's in space, maybe not expressing as much force, but more of the body is integrated into the movement. All right, so what you'll see is three pairs here. I'm going to show you the incline press, which is the absolute strength lift. I'm going to pair it with a stability ball push-up, which is the stabilization strength lift. You're going to see a bent over row, which is the absolute strength lift, paired with a dumbbell prone core row, which is the stabilization strength lift. And then finally, you're going to see a hex deadlift. Obviously, a lot of force production there. That's the absolute strength lift, paired with a single leg squat, more for stabilization strength. So the first one we'll go to here is a traditional dumbbell incline press. I'll be in a fixed position here. I am using independent arm movements, but they're working together. You can also do this with a bar. But being in a fixed position here, I'm going to decelerate under control and accelerate explosively. I can recruit more force production being in a fixed position. Now, I'm going to pair that with a stability ball push-up. Now, I can start, the easiest way to do it, and this ball is going to make me a little bit unstable down here. That's the idea. Recruit my core more to perform this movement. Now, once that gets easy, you can add degree of difficulty by putting a weight vest on, or you can just raise the feet in the back. The higher the feet go, the more difficult the movement will be. But you can see the ball's shaking. That's the idea. It's really forcing the stabilizers in my upper half to fire more. Obviously, my core's got to work more because it's not in a fixed position. Similar movement patterns for these two lifts, but different objectives. Absolute strength, stabilization strength. The next one I'll show you, this one's a pulling movement, and this will be a bent over row. 2 foot load, 2 foot stance here. Taking the bar shoulder width. I'm going to flex my hips back, flat my back, and perform a row. Obviously, I can express more force here. That's a heavier loaded lift. Now I'm going to take these dumbbells, perform a very similar movement, but this will be establishing stabilization strength because I'm going to be in a bridge position, my core is firing, rowing one dumbbell at a time. Again, very similar movements, absolute strength, stabilization strength to continue to support the bigger muscle groups. The last pair of movements I'll show you, a hex deadlift. 2 foot stance, obviously we can load very heavy here. Back's flat, hips get back, pushing through the ground. Absolute strength established there. We'll pair it with a similar movement. It's a single leg squat. This one's requiring more stabilization strength. Not as much force production, more stabilization strength. So there you see, there's 3 pairs, and the idea. Start requiring the body to express more force, yet still continue to layer in that stabilization strength to support the body and make sure that it's stable, and then as we move forward in training, that it can handle the forces that are being put on it. To see more information on this, go to selfmadeathlete.com. Look forward to the next video, which will be focusing on power.